I was reaching out about this property on Pinewood. Me and my partner, we are some local real estate investors, so we purchase properties to fix and flip, and we also purchase properties to keep in our portfolio. And I was looking at this listing on Pinewood, and I was thinking, man, this may be a good property for us to actually add to our portfolio. So I want to reach out and see if it was still available.
It is still available
Uh,
at the moment.
all right. So,
Um, not, it's a tricky one, I will say.
mm-hmm,
At the price, it's not priced um, anywhere close to where it needs to be
mm-hmm.
for the work that is needed. Um,
Oh,
the
all,
seller just has not been willing to go. I'd have to look and see how many days we've been on market.
mm-hmm.
Um, but right now, I mean, it's one of those you try to explain to them. It doesn't matter what the price tag is. If somebody's going to finance it, they're definitely not getting a
Hey,
crazy
Philip, how
price.
you doing? This is Adrian.
All
We
right.
had spoke
So,
a few weeks ago about your property, one on Sixth Avenue.
can,
But
I was just
it would
calling
be
back to
one that,
see if anything had
I mean,
changed since the last time we spoke.
I think
So if you
there's
could, please give me a
and
call
there
back.
can be
You can
incredible
reach me at
value there
301
if he's
329
willing to listen
3528.
to
Thank you.
prices. I'd say
Have a
it's
wonderful
definitely
day.
one to go in and check out and see what would be needed to see if you could make it fit and it would be a worthwhile addition to the portfolio.
uh-huh.
Um, but at the price that it's at, I would say for what you're looking at, it's not there right now.
All right. Um,
And it would probably take about 100,000 less to be worth it for that.
all right.
But I do have a seller who's finally listening
Uh,
to. You haven't had a single showing request for a reason,
yeah,
so
yeah,
uh, I'm at the. It's one where you want to do your job, but at the same time, not give false expectations. Like, listen, I don't want you to waste time going out there and think that this could be a great property at this price.
mm-hmm.
Um, that would be the one thing that would need to change for it to have that kind of value.
Yeah, yeah.
But regardless of who you're, helping, you need to be upfront and honest with everyone.
Yeah, you definitely uh, pe- I know we purchase properties off market too. We do a lot of direct to seller marketing also, and a lot of times these sellers they have unreasonable expectations. Especially when it comes to price. So
Um, I don't know what happened in the last year of exactly how this happened because I deal mainly with sellers.
hmm
Um, Sellers heard the story over the past year of, all right, I can ask what the property is worth, and then I'm going to get 50,000 more. So why don't I start at that? And then they get into this position where they start like automatically assuming their property should sell for. Well, we should just start at this price if it's what it's going to get anyways.
yeah,
That's not how it. But it was kind of the trap a lot of sellers fell into of thinking doesn't matter what I put on there, somebody's going to get it,
yeah.
and not wanting to recognize we're back to a normal real estate market right now,
Mm-hmm.
not the straight up auction we had for 2 years.
Yeah, cause it got bananas, right? It really did. Like,
Well, I mean, for Charleston, what a healthy market is 5 to 6,000 houses in inventory.
mm-hmm,
And in March, we were down to, I think, the lowest we touched 699 was our lowest. Well, like that's 10% of what you need
mm-hmm.
was the entire market. So those overpriced houses still got looked at.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And with this property, how much in repairs do you think that it would honestly need?
um, that all depends on really, I would say, who's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so and what the plans would be for this house. So it is a massive house, and it's got a bigger lot than you're going to find around there. It actually has a second TMS lot that comes with it that goes behind the neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got the property. It's a big house, but I would say kitchen remodel.
Mm-hmm.
What has been turned into the master bedroom in the back good. Bathroom, I would do some slight updating. The other bathrooms are complete updates, new flooring throughout, ceiling scraped, paint, and then a lot of landscaping, just cleaning up the yard, making that look nice. If it was somebody who's just contracting all of it out, I'd say it could be up to 150 with the where prices are at now. If it's somebody like me, because I have one of my flips on the market. Otherwise, I would talk to him myself and, hey, I'll do this for you.
Yeah.
I don't have that much cash flow to do two at a time right now. But looking at if it was something that I was going in, I would probably be able to do it for about 100. And that's with different crews that I have that do work for me, stuff I would do myself. That's rough numbers of pricing it out when I've walked through. That's about what I was coming up with.
Oh, all right.
But the big thing, it has the potential. You could really turn it into even more bedrooms and living space. The house kind of forms a U shape with a cement patio, what would have been like a little courtyard in between, but it's roof covering it and enclosed. It would need to be properly enclosed, but that would add another $500-600 or 500 to 600 square feet of living space. Where it's a large area in the back. I think on the documents, I don't know if you have access to seeing those, but I have the floor plan laid out for it.
Oh,
yeah, I had a hired measurement come in and lay do the measurements for what the square footage actually was and lay out what could be converted and turned into living space.
Oh, all right.
So I was going to say, if you want to send me your email, I can get you all of that as well.
All right, I can definitely send it to you after we get off the phone. Do you?
And it would be later today that I'm sending it over because I'm not even back to my laptop right now.
Yeah, it's no problem, man. Do you have any other properties I should be taking a look at also?
Everything else of mine is done.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
I have one that I will be signing later today, I believe, which is a good fix and flip. But it's not signed yet, so I'm not allowed to say a word about it.
All right, that's what it is. I definitely would be potentially interested in that one also.
And that one's in Hanahan.
All right, so we pretty much we're in Berkeley, Dorchester, and Charleston counties, in South Carolina, and we're in North Carolina and Georgia also. So, like we just got finished fixing flipping 3 properties in North Charleston. We're the city of Somerville actually had a road expansion, so they say if y'all take the houses, y'all can have them. So we took 3 houses, 4-sided brick, and actually moved them to North Charleston. Did the rehab, and we're keeping those in our portfolio.
Nice. I mean, when you're talking, your head's already in the right space because you let off the call. I'm looking at adding stuff to the portfolio. And just with all of the triggers that are out there economically, I'm trying to flip as many as I can. So I am putting as much real estate in my portfolio as I possibly can over the next year. Because I'd say 5 years down the road, I think we're going to be 50 to 60% higher than we are right now.
Yeah, most definitely. And we do a lot of creative financing in our business too. So we do a lot of seller financing and purchasing properties sub to. So keeping that existing mortgages in place and stuff like that. And in each one of our markets for the last probably about 3 or 4 months, we've been just adding like 2 or 3 properties. Just on creative financing.
Just Charleston alone, looking at it this fall, like the fact that our market stayed flat in the fall and we moved back into traditional real estate, where Charleston has so much seasonality to it, where people are active in the spring into the summer, but then they're not as active fall to winter with buying and selling. Again, especially families, you do more like starter homes and stuff like that during that time period.
Yeah.
But it stayed relatively flat and didn't have a drop like some were predicting for the fall. And knowing that our prices go up in the spring, to not have any drop off in the fall, we actually, our prices have grown in the fall. We have the highest amount of price reductions that we've seen in years, but our prices are actually going up.
Yeah, definitely.
And like, how do those two pair together? Because there's so many people like this house where it's so badly overpriced and the seller hasn't been willing to listen, and then they have to start coming back to reality. We have so many price drops because of that, but prices are still actually going up.
Yeah, sometimes these sellers need for the market to just beat them up a little bit.
Yeah, they truly do. Um, there are a lot of people that, I mean, my seller, he lives in Florida now, and he has a house that he wants to buy there, so he's looking at his sell here as needing to provide for the house that he wants to buy there.
Oh.
They're not equivalent houses, though, so it's like you can't make up your price based on what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Somewhere else. That can't dictate the value. That doesn't dictate the value of this house.
Yeah.
So he needed that. This 6 months, he needed that reality check.
Yeah, definitely. But thanks again, too, man. I'm gonna do a little bit of research on this property right here. I don't know if I would be a good buyer, especially at the price that he has it at now.
Yeah, honestly, if you want to get out there and see it, but I would say I would be looking at it with the mindset of low 300s.
Yeah.
And I think he's at the point where he might realize, okay, I've had these numbers put in front of me so many times. So this is where it's at. It's one of those. There's value there. I really believe at that price point, but it has to be at that price point, not where it's at now.
Yeah. So he's like 160 something thousand over where he needs
I would
to
say
sell.
about at least 140.
Yeah.
But and if it's okay, yeah, these numbers look good at 300, then let me know and I can get you in there to check it out, and maybe he'll listen to that. I mean, it's one where when you're looking at purchasing that stuff, you still have to be looking out for yourself and not just their ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you see that, if he's willing to come down, it works for me. I'd be happy to get you in there.
All right, awesome, man. I appreciate you. Like I said, we'll do some research on it.
And I'm going to save your number so that when I have this next one, because one of my specialties will have a lot of crossover with you. I do a lot of pre-foreclosure.
All right, awesome. I love pre-foreclosures. I love taking over, paying arrears and taking over those mortgages and stuff like that. So we definitely need to connect. And
yes, I'm like, you said that. I'm like, you have a lot of crossover in the world I work with. So I have plenty of people right now that. I mean, first, you start off with, let's see if we can get you refinanced. Most of the time you can't, but always come from a service perspective of, let's see if we can keep this house.
Yeah, we
have it grow for you.
Yeah, we do that too.
Not possible most of the time.
Yeah.
Because if they're in that position, their credit's taking massive hits.
Yeah, it usually a lot of stuff that's already going on and stuff like that. So we take that same approach, man. We try to help them even if we are not the best solution. So we have people on our team who specialize in like loan modifications and stuff like that too. So
that's and you serve people well like that, and it comes back to you.
Yeah, most definitely. So when we hang up, what I'm gonna do, this is one of my office numbers. I'm definitely gonna text you off of my personal number, and man, like I said, I definitely want to stay in contact with you because, like I said, we are definitely looking to add properties, and those pre-foreclosures are definitely something that we're looking to add to our portfolio too. With those,
I just wrapped up one of them last week in Dunes West. Comp's 900. We were able to get him. Actually, he finally signed the listing 6 days before it went to auction. So it didn't have time on that one, but got him under contract in 4 hours and closed already. Bank said, "Yep, this is a good contract. We'll cancel the auction." So deal with a lot of those. So people that are looking in that world, a lot of those, that's the best place to find bargains right now, because it's people that they can't sit on the market.
Yeah,
So
and
they're willing to price right.
and those properties have the low interest rates on them and stuff like that too. So we definitely want to leave loans in place and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So man, like I said, I'm definitely about to text you for my personal number right now, and
Perfect.
I sincerely have a feeling that we're gonna do a lot of business together.
Awesome. Well, yeah, let me know once you look at that one, and kind of use that as a jumping off point. We'll find some deals together.
All right, awesome, man. Thank you again too for returning my call. I appreciate you, Joseph.
Yeah, of course. All right, have a good one, dear.
All right, bye. Boy, that call went left, but it went left in a good spot. My man said he's a foreclosure specialist.